In the ever-growing landscape of VR, we see groups of people starting their own worlds and communities. But what if I told you there was an entire community ran by children? Think of a virtual reality Lord of the Flies. Welcome to Gorilla Tag. For those of you who don't know, Gorilla Tag is a free virtual reality game where you run around and play as a gorilla. The movement is done entirely by swinging your arms to grab and propel yourself through the environment. But now it's basically a hangout area for kids. Now when I say this game is played by children, I mean actual children, with the average age of the player base being 7 to 14. Some as young as 5 have been known to play this game. The drama in this community is actually crazy. We have doxing, death threats, police reports, faking cancer and faking death, and extremely inappropriate behaviour. I wanted to take a look at the chaos in this game, predominantly played by children and teenagers. Adding to all this chaos is the troubling behaviour of some of the adults who play this game. Before we start, I just wanted to point out I'm not here to make fun of these kids, call them cringe, blah blah blah. These creators have a much more promising future on YouTube than I will ever have. For such a young age, their storytelling and editing skills are way beyond most adults. So again, I'm not here to make fun of the kids, I'm just here to point out the absolute insane drama in this community. I'm Villain Retro, and let's dive into the hot mess that is Gorilla Tag.
As you can tell by the title, we got doxed.
Oh my gosh, I think it's an adult playing Gorilla Tag! Ah!
You guys are supposed to be coming after me, not my dad.
Stop! How do you know where I live?
I'm not making sloth like you.
I asked to speak to one child's mother. I said, I'm gonna need you to put your mother on.
The game we loved is fraying at the edges, and the worst part is that we're the ones tearing it apart.
Now, one thing I do have to cover and get out of the way is Gorilla Tag is infamously known for being full of kids scream racist slurs.
I'm the person who said the N-word on
Yo!
I'm telling you, do not say it.
Now, in no way am I saying it's okay for the kids to be saying this, but we have to remember we're dealing with actual children. All of us watching this have been kids. We all know they say stupid things, they don't mean what they say, they shouldn't be saying it, but they're kids. We'll not judge them too harshly. Having said that, the kids aren't totally innocent. A YouTuber known as Piggy VR faked cancer and his own death.
Hey guys, as you all know, it's been a long time since I posted. So I just wanted to update you all on what's going on. About 6 months ago, I was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and I was given around 7 months to live. So that means I got about 1 left.
People sent him well wishes, and a lot of players were genuinely sad about this announcement. Turns out, he lied. In leaked Discord messages, when someone asked him for proof, he sent a very obvious AI image of someone in hospital with a VR headset. It was then later found out that he put a post on his YouTube channel saying, if I hit 1,000 subs, I will fake cancer. And in fairness to the community, a lot of young creators did call him out for this.
And boy, he faked cancer. That's just bad in general.
Well guys, and today we'll be talking about the guy that faked his death.
Piggy VR faked cancer for a publicity stunt, and now everyone hates him, rightfully so.
He then made a video that looked like he was going to apologize, but it turns out he just mocked the entire situation.
If you say something about cancer, I'm just gonna bleep it, okay?
Why did you fake your death?
I didn't. One of my #1 mottos in this channel is live to laugh. Okay, does that kind of clear things up?
Another user called MMVR faked a video where he apparently found a group of files in Gorilla Tag.
Meet Blux. He's gonna be going undercover as a little kid in Predator's Code. Said, but please, younger people only, bro.
I'm getting tired of you sitting there not letting me do anything.
Oh, are you really 10? You don't sound 10.
I am 10, what? No,
Yo!
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what? This is kids pretending to be groomed online by files. This is actually insane. Obviously, people realized it was fake, and he did get backlash.
But faking for views is like a whole nother level.
One user commented, I was almost groomed by a person. I find this highly offensive. Faking someone being groomed for likes and views is disgusting. To which when asked, what do you mean almost? The user replied with, exactly. Okay. Let's move on, shall we? Another player called Random Serb, who was about 13 at the time, made inappropriate images of another player's avatar and sent them to other users, just to get called out in an exposed video. Not for money, not for anything, just to get his name out there. So yeah, so far we have kids faking getting groomed, faking cancer, faking their own deaths, and role-playing as being creepy just to get attention. All these people are under 18. This is actually insane. The Gorilla Tag community so far is... There seems to be like a cancel culture in the community, but not in the way you would think. It seems to me these kids literally think there's no such thing as bad publicity, and they will do anything for some sort of recognition. Yes, I know there's some sort of irony that I'm talking about them now, but it just... I had to make a video on this absolutely insane community. It is unsettling and uncomfortable that these kids will do anything for attention. Speaking of being uncomfortable, there's so many videos that these young creators have made, labeling each other's files, creeps, etc.
Hello, I'm Poe, and I'm 14, turning 15, and I am falsely being accused of being a
There's like 16-year-olds being weird with like 10-year-olds. It's just uncomfortable, okay? I don't want to talk about it, you don't want to hear about it. I advise you not to look up anything about it because I got uncomfortable doing the research for this video. No one wants to hear about weird stuff that kids are being accused of each other. Like, we're not gonna go there, okay? Anyway, let's move on to something more upbeat. Kids being toxic.
You're shit! Bro, turn your mic up, bro. I still can't hear you because you're shit!
Some of the younger players in this game take it very seriously.
I'm gonna kill you. No! No!
Yup, I'm gonna kill you.
What? Why you kill him? He's dead! Why you kill him? Why you kill him?
Now, a lot of the older teens who play this game have found this out and decided to exploit the younger players, rage bait them, and record the reactions for views.
Today we're gonna be rage baiting little kids because it's funny. Yo. Bro. No.
I'm sorry. I want this one.
Well, you can't afford that one. You don't have enough shiny ones.
Tell my mom.
No.
He's told, dude, he told his mom like 6 times.
There are tons, and I mean tons of videos like this. In a game where kids are in charge, it's kind of become like a playground without moderation. The crazy thing is, these videos do some serious numbers. Basically, a lot of creators have realized they can bully young children who play the game and make a very successful YouTube channel off it. The kids are smart, like, kids are ruthless. They also like to make death threats. A moderator of the game called ZVR had to make a video telling kids to stop making death threats to other creators.
The death threats was just too far for me. I can't let a content creator, or really any content creator, go around getting death threats from people. Listen guys, no matter what, or no matter whatever the content creator has done, death threats are not okay.
Yeah, they also like to dox each other. One user called CCM Wall had reported a player Vextra for cheating. CCM Wall then allegedly received threatening messages to be doxed by Vextra.
I'm gonna make sure they do do something about it, okay? But it's gonna get a lot worse. You're the one who's gonna regret doing that now.
To which CCM Wall was worried for the safety of him and his family. In an interview done by YouTuber Peter Pie, CCM Wall explained what happened.
He's doxed many of my friends too. And he's also said the N-word many times and raided my server.
If that guy's watching, leave this guy alone. Please and thanks. The interview's over now.
Another YouTuber called Samji, who let's just say has allegedly, behind some pretty disturbing content, has allegedly doxed 2 other YouTubers called Stings VR and Iron X. Yeah, what else can you honestly say about kids doxing each other? It's actually scary to think about. In the next part, we have a child making a half-hour exposed video on another child for plagiarizing him. I'm actually not making this up.
I never thought that I would have to sit in my room talking to a camera about an ex-friend of mine stealing my jokes, video ideas, and basically my entire personality. But here we are.
A lot of teenagers who play this game have complained that the preteens are ruining the game, which has caused some division in the community, which has caused some players to leave.
Fan base of Gorilla Tag, the average age has to be like an embryo. Like, not even out the womb yet. You think I want to make videos on the 6'7" kid in Gorilla Tag? No! I don't want to do that. It sucks, bro. I don't want to do that.
Another common complaint I see is about a YouTuber called FlushyGT, who's around 9 years old. And when I say hate, I mean loathe entirely.
FlushyGT might be the new worst Gorilla Tag content creator. You're not no doctor, bro. You're just an annoying little kid that screams into his mic and thinks he's funny, even though you're an annoying piece of shit.
They complain that his content is lazy and that he is egotistical.
FlushyGT has to be the most egotistical content creator that I know of.
That's right, we have children complaining about another child for being egotistical. Just let that sink in. He also gets hate for not being able to take criticism.
He literally can't take anything from anyone without getting his feelings hurt.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest, he's like 9 or 10 years old, okay? Most adults can't take criticism, alright? To me personally, it seems that Flushy gets a lot of hate because, get this, he has over 1 million subscribers. That's right, a 9-year-old who plays a game about gorillas jumping through the air has over 1 million subscribers. He already has a YouTube career that many adults would literally kill for. So it seems to me that a lot of the hate he gets is down to jealousy. Fair play to him, and I wish him all the best in the future, alright? Not that he needs it from a chump like me. Now, I'm only going to mention briefly the most hated Gorilla Tag player, Pursuit VR. You see, all the topics that I've covered before, this kid has been known to do them all. So yeah, kids be crazy. But like most online games aimed at children, adults like to ruin the fun.
Is that an adult playing Gorilla Tag?
Let's find out what happens when you throw some adults into the mix of this digital jungle. For starters, most adults who play the game are put off because they open the game and it's filled with kids, so understandably they decide not to play the game. Now I know this isn't funny, okay? But it kind of is. Some adults have stated that they were mass reported by kids because they were playing the game and got banned. That to me is actually hilarious, because it seems to me that these kids are like, this is our area, keep out. I think that's really cool. Yes, there are obviously some adults who play the game and have very successful channels, but their content is mainly aimed at a younger audience. Not that there's anything wrong with that, they found great success in what they do. An adult content creator called Viking VR made a video about how he was called out by a creator called Elysian VR, who accused him of being creepy because he was over the age of 30.
Viking VR and Fandom are just absolute leaps. You guys are both grown men over the age of 30 playing with a community full of children, mostly under the age of 18.
This just shows to me the sort of mindset that some of the younger players have. They have their sort of special kids area where they just want to be left alone. In no way am I accusing Viking VR of being creepy or anything like that, but I just find it fascinating that a lot of adults aren't welcome in Gorilla Tag. But sadly, some aren't welcome for good reasons. For example, a creator called Orangutan VR has done some pretty ridiculous stuff. I'll let her explain herself better than I ever could.
Every time a guy writes a song, he's a cowboy.
First of all, she got backlash from the community for saying the Bible was false and evil.
Context, I'm talking about the Bible. Everyone takes the Bible word for word and has no original thought outside of what is written in the Bible. The Bible is corrupted and is a terrible source to base our morals on as a human species.
And the kids in the community absolutely shunned her and called her out for this. And you know what? Mad respect, okay? As a Christian, keep up the good work, lads, alright? PS has been accused of allegedly bullying kids and dropping the M-bomb. But it gets worse. She decided to make a video where she admits to filing a police report on children who were allegedly bullying her.
I've literally had contacted police. I've submitted a online report because the bullying is getting out of hand. Gorilla Tag moderators, what the fuck are you doing?
To contact fucking police over the shitty children in your game.
I wish I was making this up, okay? We have an adult woman wasting police time over 2 kids playing an online game. So yeah, she got her account banned, she tried to return, got backlash. What an absolute loser. Another content creator called Flower Hat Guy, who's in his 20s, has been accused of some pretty serious stuff. He allegedly sent inappropriate messages to minors. Screenshots allegedly show he dated an 11-year-old. Do you want to know the best part? When he was confronted about all this, he claims he was persuaded and he was used.
You did it a minor, bro.
I was persuaded and used.
Riddle me this, Batman. What kind of 20-something-year-old gets persuaded and used by an 11-year-old? Work that one out and get back to me, alright? So yeah, all I'm gonna say, if you're allegedly accused of stuff, probably don't say, I was used and persuaded by an 11-year-old. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not a good look, my guy, alright? Thankfully, there isn't a big, long list of adults who are creeps in Gorilla Tag, because again, the kids have basically kicked them out. In conclusion, I find this whole community fascinating. See, when I started making this video and was doing my research, doing my notes, I was like, wow, this man is a predator. This man doxes people. This man fake cancer. And I was like, wait. What age are they? So I tried to look and see some of the like adult creators who played the game and this stuff, and I was like, wait, there's hardly any. This is just all kids. And the adult creators who did play the game mainly made content aimed at kids. So I quickly realized that all this drama and all this chaos was just a bunch of teenagers and kids. It is kind of terrifying, but honestly, it's kind of cool, because in an age where most spaces designed for children are littered with creepy predators and bullies, that it is hard for kids nowadays to have their own little community. So finding out about Gorilla Tag, I was pleasantly surprised that this was mainly just for kids. But I did find it really cool that it was never intended that way, but it quickly turned into a virtual reality world ran by kids, which is actually amazing. These kids can escape from the stress of growing up and having fun while being active. As I've stated before, the amount of creativity coming from these kids is actually insane. These kids have the potential to be the next biggest creators on this platform, and I am buzzing for them. I honestly wish I had these sort of skills and motivation when I was younger. To any young Gorilla Tag content creators out there watching this, please keep it up, okay? You're doing amazing. Alright, we're not perfect, we'll do silly stuff, blah blah blah. You're doing amazing. The world needs more young creative minds. Having said all that, there is a lot of unsettling stuff going on in this community, and understandably parents have been concerned. Some safeguarding stuff has been put in place by developers, but if anything, it has added more frustration to the player base. And as one smart young content creator pointed out, what's to stop creepy adults from using voice changers to get into lobbies completely filled with kids?
Be a p***. If they use a voice changer, Gorilla Tag lets them into those kind of lobbies. They're basically giving where the young kids are.
What a smart kid, alright? The kids aren't stupid. If anything from this video, we know that the kids aren't stupid. And that sadly brings us to the end of the video. What an absolute mad journey. I've been Villain Retro, you've been amazing, I've been amazing. The Gorilla Tag community is actually so cool, and I'm really excited for the future of this game. And for all the young content creators involved in it. Just chill out in the whole faking cancer, death threats, like doxing, just chill out a wee bit. If you like it, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. And if you really like it, hit subscribe. It makes my day. Thank you all for watching. I love you all so much. God bless.
Thank you.